right, here's my gripe today. I heard not too long ago they had a meeting, Congress, whomever, where they start calling women birthing persons. Now, how is that so? That we have gotten to the point that we are so crazy as a society that we call this inclusive while you exclude me as a natural born woman of being a woman. Now I'm a birthing person? Absolutely freaking ridiculous. We have reached the epitome of stupidity now. And not for nothing, I might agree with you on some policies, and I agree that people, no matter their sexual orientation, their religion, the color of your skin, that you should be treated with dignity and respect. Everyone. Your dignity and your humanity should be intact. No one should go around attacking you verbally, mentally, emotionally. You shouldn't lose a job because you have a difference of opinion if you are respectful. Now, if you go around attacking people, calling people harsh names, acting like a jackass, and representing a company, you deserve exactly what you get. Exactly what you get. And probably more. If all those people running up on people, not minding their business, not having enough life going on, you deserve to be slapped in the face. And that goes for everybody. Mind your damn business. And instead of recording these crazy ass incidents, can some of you people get involved? I've watched people record attempted rapes, people record fights that were unnecessary. This society is completely going freaking bonkers. And I think that we, American people, need to start having a conversation that is relevant to the issues of our lives. Not these politicians, they're playing games up there. We pay their salary and they're playing games up there. They have the only jobs in the United States of America that you get paid to literally do nothing. They can get dressed, they go and take photo shoots, they go out and they have meals, they go out and have affairs, all kinds of nonsense happening up there. But they don't have to work. Republican or Democrat, they don't have to work. Democrats are writing stuff, Republicans are blocking stuff. Republicans, write something already. Write something humanely sane. Don't write stuff like, I want to erase history. That's stupid. Don't write stuff that's going to be insulting to everyone. That's foolishness. Don't write stuff that's going to stop somebody from the rural areas from being able to vote. Whether you're black, whether you're white, whether you're poor, if you live in the inner city, you got one location to vote. If you live in the suburbs, you got half the amount of people, you got 2 or 3 places to vote. It doesn't even almost make sense. We're Americans here, and we should all respect each other. And instead of trying to block people from voting, why don't you try to reach out to people? Because you may be surprised of how many people share your values when it comes to God, when it comes to children, when it comes to safe spaces and places, when it comes to how we want our children to be taught and how we want to reach them. And while I'm on the subject of that, evangelicals, Christians, or people don't want your children to learn about homosexuality, don't want your children to learn about black history, don't want your children to learn anything about the actual realities of the world until they're rudely awakened at the age of 16 or 17, and then they want to blow their brains out or blow your brains out because you've been lying to them for years. Guess what? There's an option. Homeschool. You don't like what's being taught, boycott. That's what happens. That's a legitimate protest. Who told you, if you're a Christian, if you're a God-fearing person, if you believe in the Bible, the Torah, Tanakh, if you believe in the Quran, who told you that the government is supposed to teach your children according to your values? That's laughable. Nowhere ever has it been done in the history of mankind. Has the government actually taught children the way they should have been taught for everyone? If you're a person of color, you mysteriously disappeared from history, and poor young white children grew up in this country believing that white people made everything, black people contributed nothing. And then you go to school, you go to higher learning, and then they pull out these obscure books and information you never heard of. It's nonsense. Why don't we just live here together, accept the past for being the past, and realize just because you have white skin today doesn't mean you owned a slave yesterday. But it doesn't mean that the country today cannot realize not the sins of what happened. We're not talking about slavery. We're talking about slavery, Jim Crow. We had lynchings. Now we had obstructions. We had people stopped from voting. Oh, and look, we're revisiting the 60s again. This is why it's important to know your history. This is why it's important that children have a proper education. You know what? I hope that we have more of a conversation in the future where we can really discuss these things in depth. And I would like your feedback. And yes, I know my makeup is a little janky. You can come after me if you like. I'm trying, okay? It's been a while. It's kind of hot. But I'm really disturbed at the things I'm seeing. Oh, and for the record, for all the people who are You transgender? That's fine. You don't feel comfortable in your body? I understand that's not your fault. But guess what? If you're born a male, you cannot go and wrestle and knock out females that are born female. We are not designed the same. Let's go back to science for all the people who are far left. Let's deal with the science, okay? Also, let's deal with the science about the growth of a baby. Why is it a problem that somebody see a fetus before they have an abortion? And why is it a problem that someone have ID to go vote? Instead of fighting over this issue, why don't you reach out right now and tell everybody to go make sure they have a government ID, picture ID, recent, so that they can go and they can vote. You can't go and buy cigarettes. You can't go and buy alcohol. You can't drive a vehicle without having your government ID. This should not be an issue. If it's an issue, this is the time to reach out to your constituents. I don't care whether you're the GOP or whether you're the Democrats or whether you're independent. I'm independent. I don't truck with none of you people. You're going to earn my vote. I don't care, Democrats, you're going to earn my vote. You don't earn my vote just because, oh, I have brown skin. You don't scare me because you say, oh, they're racist. Because a lot of you are racist too. I know it. A lot of you are racist. You're racist in your policies. You're very woke. You're very out there. Look at all those promises that were made. Where's the Medicaid for all? Where's the Medicaid for people who work all the time? You can't afford $900 or $500 extra for health coverage. Are you kidding me? Everyone in this country should be able to have certain services that are covered. Maybe you should have private insurance for the plastic surgery, the BBLs, the rhinoplasty, you know, these kind of things, the extras, okay? You want to get your teeth bleached, okay? But basic services in every developed country except this one, they have medical coverage. Awesome. It's really unreal. We are a petri dish here. You've been experimenting on us with plastic containers that contain chemicals that can change your hormone expressions, making a person think they have more estrogen or produce more estrogen. Absolutely ridiculous. Women having more growth, men becoming more effeminate. And then we act like, oh, we don't know where this came from. Somebody has an agenda, and the agenda is not to help people like me or people who are working middle class, working poor, middle class, you know, if you're gonna miss a check, I don't care what your zip code is. If you miss a check and you find yourself darn near praying and crying, you are not middle class. You just living rich, but very poor. We need to start making these people work for us. I don't care what your name is. I don't care where your family came from. But if you're paying taxes, you should demand that your taxes go to you. Stop allowing them to make us fight over stuff like welfare, fighting over pennies, while they already bail out billionaires and millionaires. These guys destroying this planet and literally doing demonstrations on how they're going to leave us here after they destroy the earth. We've seen this movie before. We've seen this movie before. Have we not, Dee? Teenagers here, and I'm like, what kind of life is she going to have? What are we leaving our kids? What are we leaving them? We're going to be here. We're leaving nothing for them. Everyone on earth needs clean water. Today, in Iraq, they're fighting over water. You don't think it's our problem because we're in America? Tomorrow, it'll be another country. But in 5 days, it may be us. And those 5 days might be 5 months, might be 5 years. And you can laugh and mock today. But you're going to need water to even grow plants. You're going to eat that money? Going to eat those dollars? In a minute, a whole lot of people about to lose their homes and the roofs over their heads and any sense of security that they have. And then you're going to say, well, they didn't pay their bills, but you're going to have to step over them and smell the stench. As some people complained when they went and bought into these $1 million condos, they go outside and human beings are defecating on the sidewalks. Quality of life for every individual means that every other individual, disadvantaged or otherwise, should have basic housing. We should have basic housing in this country. That doesn't mean that you have the finest flat. But you should have a bedroom, a living room, a kitchen area, some place to live, because that, by everyone else having a place to live, it makes the quality of life for all those who are employed and upper employed, whether you're upper class, it makes it more tolerable. Or we're going to be like these shows where they build a wall and you can go past all of the people who are dirty and don't have anything. Today is a stranger up the road. Tomorrow is your neighbor. The day after, it's you. We're here together, people. We have to start using common sense. We don't know what we are, who we are, what we're doing, where we're going. We're fighting over stuff. We're dividing ourselves up and fighting over. We are really fighting fights from 1960s. This is why history is important. We can't advance because we keep going backwards as a country, as a society. And you don't have to be black or brown or tan. You don't have to have yellow skin or be Asian. But you know what happens when they don't have anyone else? As the bullies and the people in power keep coming and pushing more people out. It's just a matter of time before it's you. Because it's you. Right now, you might be a foreigner here. You might be of a Caucasian persuasion. Sister and brother of a lighter hue. And tomorrow, you'll be the problem. I've been warning my Jewish sisters and brothers for years. It's just a matter of time. A few years back, I was mocked. At a shul. I told them, listen, my ears are open. My eye is open. My spirit is open. I advise some of you to get with it. Understand that he that created me created you. No matter what you look like. Whether you're a 6 foot tall white guy, you're my brother. Whether you're a 3 foot tall pygmy, my sister, my brother. Everything in between. If we believe, as I believe, maybe some people don't believe, and I know there's a lot of those leftists now mocking people who believe in the creation, in the creator, okay? It does not disagree with science, because you know what? If I believe there's a creator, I'm just saying science is the study of what is. And when the scientists finish studying and they get far enough advanced, they're going to discover God. I've been saying that since I was a child. There's no discrepancy. Because no matter how far back you get, if it was a bang, my God did it. If it was evolution, my God put it in place. He made everything. He could have made every form of human being or anything that looked like a Homo sapien, then made the Homo sapien. Creation story starts at a point. And that point starts at, interestingly enough, he created everything else in the world. Think about that. Think about that. That wasn't to the exclusion of. That was the beginning of a certain mindset, a certain spiritual awakening. We know there are people alive today, we call them sociopaths, psychopaths, that have that lack that something, that spiritual, that consciousness, that God consciousness. Not all of us have it. I want to elevate us beyond the boxes that we put ourselves in, the limitations we set upon ourselves, and the limitations that we set upon our Creator. And whether you believe in God or not, understand that certain things just don't make sense. And we can have this conversation, and I will agree to disagree with you, and I hope that we can have a respectful conversation in the future. And in the meantime, the Mayan calendar ended yesterday, so we are in a whole new era. Charts are off the chart. Whether you believe it or not, there are things in this world that we do not know. As the word has said, God said his ways are higher than our ways. His knowledge is greater than our knowledge. Any man on earth that thinks he has the answers to everything is a fool. Do not follow him. Do not follow him. God said his ways are higher. He may give me knowledge. He may give you knowledge. He may give my teenager knowledge. He may give your teenager knowledge. He may give your infant knowledge. And anybody in this world that can believe that a virgin gave birth to a Savior, that became a Messiah, that sacrificed his life for your sins, it shouldn't be too great a stretch for you to believe that there are things in this world that you do not know. I'm going to just Say blessings to you all, everyone within reach of my voice. May we find peace and unity. May we have respect for one another, love one another, maintain a safe distance, because also, yeah, this virus is real and it's killing people in real time. I pray for all those who lost someone. We've lost someone. Everyone I know has lost someone. People in my former profession, a lot of them are gone. And they want to know, oh, where the jobs are, why there's so many jobs and no people. Just think about it. Over 600,000 Americans died. A lot of those people were working people. They're never coming back. And other people have found that even though they were on the front line and they got accolades, they didn't get paid. Jobs, there are more jobs opportunities. You think I would want to go flip a burger or serve at a supermarket or deliver something to somebody or work in a hospital? Huh? When I have the option of any other job, I'd rather be a dog walker at this point. I don't want to even work with people. You have how many variants? And they keep talking about the Delta variant. Little being said about the Gamma. It's here. It's here in the United States of America. Okay? I'm going to stick a pin in it. I love you. Everybody be their best, okay? I gained a lot of weight during the this horrible pandemic, but I'm working on it. I'm going to be strong. Mentally, emotionally, and physically. Can we do this? Let's do this. Stay strong, as Goggins would say.